Welcome to learning how to play American Mahjong Lesson 5. We're going to be setting up the wall and doing a Charleston. To set up the wall, there are 4 racks with pushers. My set is so old that it didn't have pushers, like the ones in these newer sets. Everyone sets up their own wall with 19 tiles on the bottom and 19 tiles on top. They are placed outside of the pushers. You will see a nail or a cone at the right of one. This is where you line up the tiles. When I learned the game a long time ago, I was told this is the Wall of China. To determine who is the east wind, or the person that deals the tiles, you'll roll the dice and the person with the highest number will be the east wind and is the dealer of the tiles. She's going to roll again. This will determine where she breaks the wall. She's going to start from the right-hand side and count the number 7, and she's going to separate it slightly. Now she is going to serve herself 4, then she serves the next person to the right 4, person across from her 4, person to the left 4. Now she's going to start again on her side. 4 to herself, 4 to the right. Because we don't have any more tiles in her row, the next row has to go. The wall always goes to the left. 4 more across, 4 to the left, 4 back to herself, so she has 12. Now there's 4 more across and to the left. Leslie, being the dealer, gets the first and the third tile on top. Then she hands 1 tile to each of the other players. The dealer has 14 tiles and everyone else has 13. Here's another way you can deal out tiles. She rolled 7 in her dice, so she's going to count out the 7 and make the separation in the wall. But instead of her passing out all the tiles, she's going to take the first 4, give them to herself. The next person on the right will take the 4. One across will take 4. And then the left. And we're going to continue on. At this point, when everybody has 12, the east wind will take the first and the third. Then the next person will take 1 until they all have 13. Here's another way you can also deal. You pull out your wall, and the dealer will start dealing everyone from this one, but without breaking the wall. Now she has to go to the next wall, so Margie is going to push her wall out. And the dealer will take the last 2 from her wall and add it to the next wall and pass that to the next person. Now she'll do the 1 and 3. Now they're going to rack them so they can see what they're doing. I prefer having the dealer break the wall and deal to everyone. Now you are playing with a whole card and you have choices on your card. The Charleston is like doing the dance but with tiles. Once you have set up the tiles on your rack, organize them into the suits and then into the numbers. You may see tiles that you don't want. Don't overthink the tiles in your hands at this point because you may change your mind after Charleston. Can you tell me what you have in your hand?
I have the east wind, west wind, green dragon, white dragon, 2 jokers, 3, 4, 4, 7, all cracks, 7 dot, 1 dot, and 9 dot.
Next, choose 3 tiles that you don't think will work. For example, if you have a group of 2, 4, 6, 8s, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9s. If you have a consecutive run, lots of winds and dragons, but you have a lot of things that do not match, you want to take 3 tiles and you're going to pass them to the right. You pass them with them face down. When everybody has their tiles and they have passed it, then you can look at your tiles. Next, you're going to pass 3 tiles and you're going to pass across. Once everything has been passed, then you can pick up your tiles and look at them. You might see some kind of a pattern coming on. Then you're going to pass 3 tiles to the left. When everybody has them, look at your tiles and place on your rack. Now we're going to repeat this procedure going the opposite way. You have 3 tiles that you're going to be passing to the left. So this is your second left and you're going to put a little top on it. You'll have the 2 on the bottom and put a little top. That just indicates you're on the second round. Once everybody has it, you can pick it up. Now you're going to pass 3 across. Now you can pick those up. And now you're going to do your last right, which is also 3 to the right. Once you have the tiles, you can rack them up. Now, at this point, if you have 1, 2, or 3 tiles, or even none, you can have a courtesy across from you. So you ask the person if you have any tiles that you want to exchange. So you want to make sure it's an agreement. If it's less than 3, then the lowest number is the one that you use.
I have 2 I can trade.
So after the Charleston, you can see what people have gotten.
I have the 2, 3, 4, 4 and the 2, 3, 4 in another suit. And I saved the dragon because sometimes you need a matching dragon with something. Kind of thinking of this different suits of the run of 3 numbers with flowers. And it's also, I could do something else.
She was talking about this one here, consecutive run, some flowers, but remember it's a concealed hand, so she will not be able to pick anything that is thrown away.
I have a flower and then a joker and 4 of the dots. I'm keeping my white dragon or so because I might need that. The other thing that interests me is I have 2 5s. Don't really know what I'll do with that, but the 2 9s might prompt me to try to do the third one down on 1 3 5 7 9.
She's talking about this one right here where it has flowers, 4 1s, 4 9s equals 10. So 4 1s, the 4 1s she has already. She has to get 4 9s in the dots if she was going to do that one. And she has the 0 already for the 10.
I have no flowers and no jokers, but what I do have is consecutive numbers, so that's always a possibility. And I have several pairs, which might end up turning into like numbers or singles in pairs, depending on what I draw from the central tile pile.
On my hand, I have 3 east and 2 west, which I had at the beginning, and then I had 3 4s. So I was looking up here at this one, which has the east and the west, and then 1, 2, and 3 of the same number. And I was hoping to get some more 4s when we did the Charleston, but I did not. So that's what I was looking at the beginning. I'm not sure how it'll play out, but I do have 2 jokers, which will help me.
If you're doing east and west, you have to have even numbers. Remember to read what's in the parentheses. Then after this courtesy exchange, then the person that was the dealer, because she has 14 tiles, would discard one. And
South wind.
And she's saying it out loud as she's doing it. Another option for the Charleston is we're going to start with the first 3 to the right. When everybody has it, they take a look at it. And then they're going to pass across. When everybody has it, they can look at them. And this is the first left. You're going to pass 3 to the left. But there may be a problem. You may only have 2 that you want to pass. This is the first left. Now 2 of my players do not have 3 tiles to pass. So Nancy is going to take 1 tile without looking at it, pass it over to her left, and she can take those 2 and put them in her hand. And Margie only has 2 tiles, so she's going to take 1 without looking at it, passing it off, because you always have to pass 3. You can do a blind pass on your first left and also on your last right. Now at this point, one of the 2 people that had to do a blind pass probably doesn't have enough tiles to pass another round of the Charleston. So one of those 2 people could stop the Charleston.
I want to stop the Charleston.
So at this point, she has stopped the Charleston. That means you don't have to do the second left, across, right. You can still do the optional cross.
Do you have any you want to do?
I have 2.
I only have 1 really.
Okay, 1 works.
Okay.
Thank you.
I have as many as 3. Not 2. I can do 2.
Margie will push out her wall and she puts a tail on it. We put a tail on it because it's like the dragon has a tail. This is where the end of the wall is. So when you start picking up the tiles, you're going to go to the other end. Now the dealer will start to discard.
South wind.
Your play goes to the right, but the wall goes to the left. In our next lesson, we will show you how to play the game with the tiles we were dealt. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. A day without sunshine is just an extra day for crafting or playing a game.